The problem. Our cleats are always wearing down, and we've always noticed this. But so this year, we took it to ourselves to make that problem stop. We invented the cleat covers. The cleat covers snap onto the bottom of your cleats so that the bottoms don't get all worn out by the concrete.
Tools we used. First, we have the Gorilla Glue, X-Acto knife, the vice clamp, the drill, some extra 2-part epoxy glue, and the sewing machine.
Some materials we used. We used pour-on foam to make the protector of the cleat. We used button snaps with holes drilled into them to sew down to snap into the cleat. We used leather squares cut out to hold down the button snaps.
Difficulties. We had trouble getting the button snaps to stick to the foam without it tearing off, as you can see right there. Part of it tore off. So we had to attach leather to reinforce it so it wouldn't tear off, and now it works.
The cost. One bag of button snaps was $7.79. One snapper with a bag of snaps was $9.06. 3 sheets of pour-on foam was $31. One pair of cleats was $20, and the overall price was $67.85.
Marketing. The cleat covers would sell for $20, $30, which is $15 to $20 in profit for us. We would like to sell in big shoe cleat companies like Nike, Under Armour, and more things like that. We would also have a home kit where you could make it yourself. It would be a little bit cheaper because you're not having factories do it for you.
The summary. We enjoyed learning about the new tools like the bandsaw, the drill press, and tools like that. We enjoyed problem solving, getting around our problems that we had making this product. We enjoyed our time management, struggling to get it done in the right amount of time. And we enjoyed having fun in Gates.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Yes.
Could you review the costs again? What you think the costs are of an individual, if you're going to charge, whatever you said, the 60, how do you break that cost out for me into an individual pair of cleats that you want to buy?
Oh, the cost, that was for everything, all of our materials that we had to use for prototypes and everything for this project.
We made a lot of different prototypes with the button snaps. So we had to buy multiple bags of those, but just for 2, it'd be 4 snaps. And then but
my point is you don't want to add all that up. If you have a bag of snaps, you only use 2 snaps per unit. You want to break your price down that way. How many, out of 3 sheets of the foam, how many cleats could you make?
Well, 1 sheet of foam is 1 set of cleat covers.
Yeah.
3?
So 3 sheets, you get 3 sets of cleat covers. So every sheet of foam, you get 1 pair of cleat covers.
So that's what, $10 per thing.
Okay, so you see the way it's overstated.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions?
Why did you specifically choose pour-on? Did you research other materials?
Well, we saw fellow competitors in Gates using it, and so it looked like a very stable foam. So
we found a couple of sheets in Gates, and it seemed like the right material because it was softer, but it was pretty durable still.
So we decided that was a good one.
You mentioned you added some leather to the pour-on to make it more durable. What other things might you do to better the design in future iterations?
Well, we've had some people say that maybe you should make a mold of the leather, or the foam, so it could go with the cleats individually.
And then we were maybe thinking in the future that instead of having button snaps, maybe Velcro would be a little better.
Okay. And how do you handle different sizes of shoes?
Well, you right now you put it onto the sheet of foam, and then you trace around that, and that's your size.
You mentioned the main problem you're solving is that your cleats wear down very quickly. Yeah. Are there any other problems related to cleats that you think your product solves?
Mostly it's just the spikes not wearing down.
Well, speaking for Cardigan, you can't wear your cleats into the building, But with these, since it's a protector on the bottom, you can now wear your cleats inside the locker rooms instead of having to take them off outside.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. I mean, that, at least when I was here, was one of my bigger pain points as a student, is I can't tell you the amount of times I got yelled at for wearing my cleats in the building because I always try and sneak in. And this solves that problem. So often when you're inventing new products or new technologies, you want to ask the question of what pain point is it solving, and wearing down to the cleats is certainly one, because then you have to buy cleats once or twice a season. But every day, you have to take off your cleats before you go into the gym. So that's a really relevant pain point that I think your product solves too.
Any questions?
Have you actually used your product?
Not yet, because we just finished. When we finished Gates, we didn't have time because we had to go into the poster making and the slideshows and all that.
We've only walked around with them in the Gates lab. We haven't had a chance to actually wear them down and back up to our practices.
Was it comfortable in the Gates lab? Did you slip on them, or?
Well, the Gates lab is not like a concrete or a pavement. It's more like a little bit, it's polished more. And like the foam was, so it was a little bit slippery, but when you're outside on rougher materials, it's not going to be as bad.
Thank you.
Thank you.